Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to have a quick look at the Ai Smoke HL iron from Callaway. And today, to help me with this, I've got a cheeky special guest. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So, Callaway Ai Smoke HL, part of the new Callaway Ai Smoke range. This could be one of the most popular irons for 2024. That was my bet when I saw it back in November time. The reason being is we see a lot of irons now that are silly strong in loft, go very flat, and there are certain players that need a bit of help and forgiveness popping that ball up in the air to improve their land angles and to make sure they can control their distance and hit and hold the greens more often. Callaway have taken their AI technology, they've taken their computer science and all their crazy technology that they're using in their driver, and they've banged it straight in the face of this. So this has got a lot of AI technology behind the face to help with off-center strikes, to give you maximum power. It's designed to pop the ball up in the air. Turf interaction as well, they've really gone to town on this. Everyone seems to be using that buzzword this year, turf interaction, making sure that the sole of the club doesn't get buried into the turf, then it can slide straight through and give you the best possible strike. It's a good looking iron. I think when you look at this iron from behind, they've done some really tidy, nice little neat bit of detailing. It looks good. It is designed, and this is where our little special guest comes in, it is designed for an average, look, he's laughing, he's shaking his head, he's so excited to come onto the camera. This is designed for a player that has a swing speed of average to faster, not fast. And in previous videos, I've had a few comments where when I'm swinging it at 90 miles an hour, that I'm not really giving these forgiving irons the true reflection on how or what a player that may use them actually looks like on TrackMan. So I'm going to hit it as well. I'm going to hit it first, and then we're going to bring in someone with a slightly slower swing speed than me. He's hating the fact that I'm selling you this, and he's probably going to spend the first 3 shots of absolutely trying to jump out his boots to try and make sure he doesn't look too slow on camera. But let's get it on TrackMan and let's see how this thing performs. So Callaway Ai Smoke HL, I'm going to hit a few shots quickly first. I'm going to get TrackMan up and running in a second, and we're going to make sure that I get some numbers. It looks pretty good. It's very, very long toe to heel. So it's really going to give you a lot of confidence, and it gives you a lot of space to hit. And with their technology behind the face, the off-center ones should be just as good as the middle ones. Nice little fact to start the day. It's going to design to pop up. HL stands for high launch. It's designed to pop up in the air. I'm hitting right into the sun here. So a little bit blocky, a little bit bottomy, but it's okay, it works. You're going to see some really good speeds off there. I mean, straight away, that was a really poor strike. 117 mile an hour ball speed is pretty good. Look at that land angle though, up at 45. Let's see if we can find a couple that I can step on. No, fat again. So this isn't an iron that I'd typically choose, a little bit thicker on the top edge. But you can see with all 3 of those are horrendous strikes, and they're really poor. And I've got away with every single one. It hasn't gone on the green, but why should it? I've just absolutely duffed it. So let's step on. Oh man! Look, this is because of camera. It's because I've got a special guest coming for you guys who really wants to hit it, and he's not very happy that I keep digging him out a little bit about his clubhead speed. That as camera, I can't find the middle of the face. There we go. I think when you do have, we're joking about the clubhead speed, but when you have a speed that's as high as mine, 93, 94 miles an hour with 7-iron, what you tend to find with an iron like this is that you can get some huge inconsistencies with the distance. So you can get some that maybe a 10 or 15, and if I really button one, if, that's a big if at the moment, is you're going to find that that you might get a 10, 15 yard difference, and that's not a great idea when you're trying to hit this into a green. Yeah, not the one for me today, but lucky for you guys, we're going to bring him in. He normally sits behind the camera, so Chris, come on. Let's see if you've got that 70-mile-an-hour swing in you. Say hello to all our viewers.
That makes me feel a bit better that I've just stood there and watched him fat it and thin it after stitching me up.
So here we go, look. So Chris, let's put it into context. Everyone tends to think Chris is a marketing expert. He's our editor-in-chief, but you are a PJ professional.
Yep.
Right? Just a slow one. Okay, so let's have a little look.
Yeah, I never said I was a player though.
No. You just got the certificate.
Yeah. Did the coaching.
Popped up nice. Now, typically though, Chris, what sort of iron would you normally play?
Not the right one. So I think we did a video before. I've got Cobra MBCVs.
Okay.
Which you fit me for.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Definitely not the right iron.
No, but we were going about look, weren't we?
Yeah,
we were all about
it
the
was
look.
all about the look.
Very nice. That's good, mate, that. I was only taking I'm only taking the Mickey, swinging it at 70 miles an hour, but Chris is a little slow, he's not that much slow, 88, which is kind of mid to fast, isn't it? It's not silly fast.
I think what we've talked about, what will resonate with some people is, we stood here, it's the 1st of February, like a lot of people, I've hit very little golf balls this year.
Yeah.
And the reality is, with work, I'm probably going to play once a month, twice a month if I'm lucky this year. So getting out and playing a lot of golf doesn't, if I'm not playing a lot of golf, it doesn't warrant having Cobra CBM bits, because absolutely. I'm never going to get the forgiveness out of them that I'm requiring. Equally, on the other hand, I'm never going to play a HO iron because I look down on it and it's not my preference.
But also there's another reason you wouldn't play HO. Isn't it? It is. And the viewers need to know, because when you get that club face miles open in the backswing, you're adding a lot of loft. Yeah. And the problem with that for you is that having a HO iron that's designed to pop the ball up in the air is going to just stall the ball flight. It's going to pop it up even higher. And I think it's an important point, because a lot of irons are focused on handicap and where you're supposed to sit. And actually, you're a good player, not a great player, but you're a good player, right? And you get the club face really, really open.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's just poor technique.
Yeah. But where I'm trying to go with this is that if you've got a 25 handicapper where this club is aimed at, and they get the club face open, then maybe HL is not really the answer, because their ball flight's already going to maybe be a bit high. Where this does help is for that guy that maybe gets it a little bit shut, hits it a bit low, can definitely help launch that golf ball a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So come on, let's hit a couple more, and then we'll give it. I think we'll let Chris do the AF Golf Store score today as well. Guest onto the channel, in front of the camera rather than behind it, you can do the scores. 89, good ball speed there, 112. But look at the land angle there, 48.8 degrees. That felt okay. How'd that feel, Chris?
Just open, everything's open. But I mean, look, it's not the golf club, it's me. The strike's fine.
How does the club feel?
The club feels good.
Okay.
It's hot out the face. It jumps up there, but it's not ideal for what I want. But ultimately, it's down to me. If I'm coming into impact with an open club face every time, as you said, with a HO iron that's designed to get the ball to go up, it's going up and then up. Yeah. So it's it's not ideal. Let's try and get one moving right to left.
The missed strikes there, obviously I hit a few missed strikes there as well. Them missed strikes are really, you do get away with them with this iron though.
Yeah, forgiving.
Okay, one more. So there were some really ropey strikes there between Chris and I, and I think what's evident there is that you've got an iron in Ai Smoke HL which is forgiving. Yeah, it is an iron that this year I think will be popular. There's lots of shaft options with it as well. is going to give you, I think that technology in the face is obviously doing something for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's enough bad shots there to see that it's actually something's helping. So it's time now to give it that AF Golf Store score. So, special guest, it was good to see Chris in the bay. Thanks for doing that, Chris. I know you hated it every minute of it. So, let's finish it off with giving it the AF Golf Store score, and you today are going to be in charge. So, let's start with the look. What do you think?
Yeah, look as an iron, rack appeal looks very good. I like the AI Smoke. The only criticism I had when I first saw it is I can't stand the colour of the smoke.
And you're a Tottenham fan as well.
Yeah, but it's not a Tottenham blue, is it?
Okay.
It's, that aside, you got a smoky looking iron and then this like leery blue on it. That's just a preference, but let's look at the actual head shape. It's a wide sole. We said it before, when you look down and it's a thick top line, it's a wide sole, it's not an appealing look to a player that wants to have like a decent player iron in front of you. But for the player market you're going for, you look against other like-for-like clubs, the TaylorMade QI, look at Mizuno, HL, it kind of fits into that market and it looks all right. So yeah, personally for me it would be about 7.
Well, which one are we going for? Come on, the viewers like to have a number.
Well, we'll sit in the middle, 6.5.
6.5, okay, so Phil, I mean we hit some ropey shots, so we didn't get a lot of great feel out of that, but what are you going with, Phil?
Yeah, I can't complain about the feel. It's hot out the face, it feels good, jumps up there. For me, it's my performance that was a problem.
What's the score?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah,
so we've got 6.5 and a 7
about
out
the
of
feel.
10. Custom options. Now,
You have to talk to me about this.
custom options, Callaway. So they have a bucket load of custom options. We've actually worked with some of their marketing team and some of their sales team to actually give us some more shaft options in the fitting pattern than you would normally get as standard. So from our perspective here, any of the stores, we are lucky to work with Callaway in that way. Is that they're very happy to support us in giving us different shaft options. There's enough to choose from. There's enough graphite options. It's got enough to do. You know, it's not over complicated. It's got enough options. So I think.
Would you look to blend this? So with the standard AI Smoke?
You might do. You might put the HL in the longer iron to give someone who struggles longer iron a little bit more pop. I think you're going to see it as a full standard set, the majority. So I think I would probably be looking at a 7 out of 10 as well on that. So we've got 6.5.
Yep.
We've got 2 7s.
Yep.
So 20.5. Price wise, they've actually been a bit more competitive than Paradym was last year. One of the big drawbacks from Paradym, as much as Paradym was a really, really good iron last year, the biggest problem with Paradym is they put the price through the roof. So although the performance was good, it wasn't good enough to warrant a change against some of the other brands that were considerably cheaper. I think they've marketed this much better. The price point of this is much, much better, much more in line with what you said about the other competitors as well.
So that's sitting similar to TaylorMade.
Similar in that market, depending on what you end up with.
Yeah.
But I think I would definitely give that a 7 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
You know, it's not cheap. They're not. We'll keep going on about this, but they're not cheap. But it's comparable. So
Yep.
I think they've done a better job at putting this in the market at the correct price. So 27.5 so far.
Performance, I think, like
Not yours, that.
Yeah, but I think between the two of us, we didn't do it any justice.
No.
Didn't really hit it very well. But what I will say is the player this is being aimed at, with all due respect, isn't going to be finding the middle of the face every time. So it's for a player that is a game improver. They're going to accept they're going to have missed strikes. So I think from that perspective, we did it justice.
Yeah, we definitely did that.
So what does it do for you when it comes out of the bottom of the club, when it comes out the toe, when it comes out the heel? For me, the club face was open every time and I got the same result every time. It was actually okay distance. It was high end of 150s, close to 160. I'm looking for an iron that's going to go 165 with a 7 iron.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that number, something that's flighted. Well, this gives you that flight. It's going to give you the distance. When the club face is open, you're going to lose that distance. So that's me, not the performance of the golf club. So I would actually say if I'd been getting this going straight, with the consistency that I saw with the off-centre strikes and the centre strikes, I'd have been happy with the performance out of this, and therefore I can't score it any lower than an 8.
An 8 out of 10. So there you go, guys. That's 35.5 out of 50 for the Callaway AI Smoke HL. Big thanks to Chris for joining us on the channel today. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of a difference of someone else hitting bad shots instead of me. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.